Would you pull the trigger to save your loyal companion? On my quiet ranch, where the Texas sun dips low and paints the fields gold, my dog Rusty was my shadow, a scruffy mutt with soulful eyes. He'd trot beside me as I fixed fences or fed the horses. The ranch was our sanctuary, far from the HOA's gripe, or so I thought. Karen, the HOA president, had other plans. She'd been hounding me for months, ever since I moved here to escape city rules. My ranch, just outside the HOA's jurisdiction, drove her wild. She'd send letters about my unkempt land, my barking dog, my life that didn't fit her cookie-cutter vision. I ignored her, thinking distance would keep her at bay. I was wrong. One evening, I caught her trespassing, binoculars in hand, spying on my property. Just ensuring compliance, she snapped, her voice dripping with entitlement. I told her to leave. She didn't. The tension grew like a storm cloud. Karen started showing up unannounced, leaving notes on my gate, even calling animal control with fake complaints about Rusty. I'd find her car parked at the edge of my land, her silhouette watching us. My patience frayed, but I kept my cool until the day she crossed the line. I was mending a barn door when Rusty's playful barks turned to panicked yelps. I ran out to see Karen, stick raised, screaming at Rusty to shut up. He'd wandered too close to her precious HOA border, and she was done with warnings. I shouted for her to stop, but she swung at Rusty, catching his flank. He whimpered, cowering. Rage surged through me. I grabbed my rifle from the porch, yelling again for her to back off. She didn't. Instead, she turned on me, stick raised, eyes wild with fury. "You and your mutt don't belong here," she shrieked, advancing. That's when I saw a glint of metal in her other hand. A knife? Couldn't tell, but fear gripped me. Rusty was bleeding, and Karen was unhinged. Then came the twist. My neighbor, Old Man Jenkins, appeared from nowhere, his truck rattling up the dirt path. He'd seen Karen's car and sensed trouble. "Put it down, Karen," he bellowed, his voice cutting through the chaos. She froze, startled, but her grip on the stick tightened. Jenkins, a retired sheriff, stepped closer, hand on his own holster. "You're on his land. Walk away." For a moment I thought she'd listen, but Karen's pride was her poison. She lunged at me, screaming, and I fired one shot, clean, through her shoulder. She crumpled, gasping, the stick falling from her hand. No knife, just a phone. Its screen cracked on the ground. The aftermath was chaos. Police swarmed my ranch, lights flashing against the dusk. Karen wailed, painting herself the victim, claiming I'd overreacted. But Jenkins backed me up, his calm testimony detailing her obsession, her trespassing, her attack on Rusty. The cops found her HOA records pages of complaints about me, my dog, my life, all bordering on mania. They found texts on her phone, too, plotting to deal with us. Self-defense, they ruled, though the weight of pulling that trigger lingered in my chest. Karen survived, but her reign ended. The HOA ousted her, shamed by her actions. Neighbors I'd never spoken to left casseroles at my gate, whispering apologies for staying silent too long. Rusty healed, his tail wagging again, though he flinched at loud voices now. I rebuilt my peace, but the scars mine, Rusty's, even Karen's, reminded me how fast control can slip. She thought she could bully us into submission, but her arrogance was her downfall. Justice wasn't sweet. It was bitter, heavy, final. What do you think? Was I right to shoot? Or did I go too far? Share your thoughts. Where do you draw the line when protecting what you love?